Morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dave Anderson. I'm the United States Attorney for the Northern District of California. The Northern District of California encompasses 15 counties. It is the responsibility of this U.S. Attorney's Office to enforce federal law in those 15 counties. I'm joined today by DEA Special Agent in Charge Danny Como, FBI Special Agent in Charge Craig Fair, HSI Special Agent in Charge Tatum King, and Vince Bedolla, Commander of the San Mateo County Narcotics Task Force. Today we are announcing the unsealing of federal charges against 44 defendants across 15 cases. In today's charging announcement, I will summarize the charges, describe the searches and seizures, and make a few comments about the conduct described in those charging documents. I will then ask my law enforcement partners to add their comments also, and thereafter all of us will be available to answer your questions. Further details will be available in press releases with links to the publicly filed documents. The charges against the defendants include drug trafficking, firearms trafficking, and conspiracy. This conduct occurred throughout Northern California with a focus on the South Bay area. These charges stem from the takedown of more than a dozen federal wiretaps and the effective deployment of other investigative techniques, including pen registers, cell phone location warrants, vehicle tracking warrants, search warrants, undercover purchases, and informants. The seizures include approximately 500 grams of fentanyl, 20 pounds of cocaine, 20 pounds of heroin, more than a dozen firearms, more than $200,000 in cash, and more than 1,000 pounds of methamphetamine. One of the methamphetamine seizures has a gross weight of 572 pounds. This 572-pound seizure represents the largest federal seizure ever of methamphetamine in the Northern District of California. This methamphetamine seizure occurred 2 weeks ago on January 27th in Sunnyvale, California. This board describes just some of the seizures that are reflected in the charging documents. And you can see the focus of these seizures, again, Peninsula and down into the South Bay. There's one seizure down here in Santa Maria, California. The rest of those are as described. The seizure of 572 pounds of methamphetamine that I mentioned a moment ago, along with 11 firearms in that seizure, is this one here on January 27th in Sunnyvale. Each of these seizures is described in further detail in the charging documents. I'll mention that with regard to that 572-pound methamphetamine seizure, the Campoy superseding indictment 20 CR 458 is the document that you'll want to take a look at. Paragraph 36 describes that particular seizure. I want to emphasize that the charges against the defendants represent allegations, not evidence. Under our Constitution and laws, the defendants are presumed to be innocent. And that presumption of innocence applies against all the charges unless or until those charges are proved beyond any reasonable doubt. I also want to emphasize that the charges against each defendant are described in a charging document that is unique to each defendant. No single defendant is responsible for all of the conduct that I am describing. The charges we are announcing today provide insight into the entire ecosystem of narcotics trafficking in Northern California, from procurement to transportation to mid-level distribution, all the way down to sales at the street level. I'll briefly